So guys, this is an interesting moment where Kenneth Okonkwo gave Adams Oshiomhole wutu, as in including Tinubu. He really blasted them. You know, the other time Adams Oshiomhole came out to say Tinubu has been consistent with APC. Kenneth Okonkwo gave the breakdown of how Tinubu has defected from one party to another. Contrary to what Adams Oshiomhole said, this is really an interesting moment. Watch this video to the end and see how Kenneth Okonkwo did not really give a damn, as in he not send anybody. He was busy telling the truth to power. He did not really send if it's about Tinubu, but he dey scatter table just the way it is. And really, there is no hiding place for Tinubu, Adams Oshiomhole, and his cackles. No hiding moment at all. Guys, just take a look and watch this video to the end and let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section. Please help me to subscribe to my channel also if you have not. Also help me to share this video. Subscription is for free, just for you to be getting updates as we are dropping our news.
Kenneth,
yes.
Now,
and you were saying something about his threats, as in when he wants something.
Yeah.
Good. I listened to the khaki-wearing politician who used to say he's fighting for the people, but who is now a bourgeois in your studio. I'm talking about Adams Oshiomhole. And when he was talking about Tinubu, he said Tinubu is the only person that has not decamped from one party to the other, trying to create the deceit of consistency. Because we are talking about going into 2 years. The most inconsistent politician in Nigeria that has no ideology, no policy, no principle is His Excellency Bola Tinubu. I take it from 1999. I always say, don't take my words for it. We're talking about coalition. We're talking about this.
Yes.
And then somebody wants to give him as an example as a person that has been consistent in being in opposition. White lie. In 1999, Tinubu was elected as a governor under AD. And his state is the most prominent state in Southwest.
Right.
The same 1999, AD went into coalition with APP and produced Olufalaye, and they voted Olufalaye under APP. Coalition.
That was in
1999. They did not even wait the next year. In 2003,
right.
Tinubu, as an AD governor,
Right.
they went into coalition with PDP, the same PDP. And they voted for Olusegun Obasanjo. Tinubu particularly showed his ballot paper and showed how he voted for Olusegun Obasanjo. They dumped Olufalaye. In 2000 and...
Did Olufalaye run in 2003?
Yes. No, he did not run. They've backed him up.
Yeah. So you can't say you dumped him in
What?
2003 because he didn't run in 2003.
That's Eddie.
No, but he didn't run in 2003.
He did not run now. That's why they dumped him. They
Okay.
Good. They endorsed Olusegun Obasanjo to be their sole.
Yeah, but you didn't know that
Of another party.
You didn't know that Olufalaye wanted to run in 2003.
Whatever it is, he did not run.
So you didn't know. So you can't say they dumped him.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Because he ran for them in 1999.
Right.
In 2003, Obasanjo, that is his arch political, he call it rival, call it opponent in the Southwest. He aligned with him and personally voted for him. Coalition with PDP. In 2007, and that is where Oshiomhole told a white lie. Tinubu had already fallen out with AD and their leadership at Ferry. He dumped them. He formed AC. And as a sitting governor of AD, decamped to AC because AD was still there.
No, but AD collapsed into AC, Kenneth.
No, they did not collapse. AD as a political party was still existing. He destroyed AD so that he will now no longer be under the leadership of AD, which is controlled and was controlled by Ferry. So he formed a new party, AC. Remember, he ran under AD in 2003. In 2007, he wanted to run with Atiku Abubakar. The same Tinubu endorsed Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar was the presidential candidate of AC 2007. He wanted to be the vice presidential candidate. Atiku refused because of the Muslim ticket. So he decamped from AD into AC. Clearly, in 2011, he supported Goodluck Jonathan of PDP. Patient Jonathan just confirmed it by thanking them for throwing their support to the husband and herself. 2011.
Right.
In 2015, not because he loved Jonathan, but because Buhari did not agree with his terms. And that was why the coalition collapsed in 2011. In 2015, Buhari was willing to agree and concede to him. And he supported Buhari. This is a man that has never supported two presidential candidates in two elections from 1999 to 2015. 5 electoral circles. And you're telling me about consistency?
Okay, all right. So let's just take it forward.
Tinubu, who is antithetical to everything, our diversity. And any nation that rejects such spirit of diversity will continue to go down. If Tinubu rules Nigeria for 30 years, and I am quoting Boala, he cannot afford anything new. According to Boala, I said, don't take my words for it.
Kenneth, I must interject that,
go ahead. He said, even if you give him 30 years, is it not happening?
I mean, this is just a sidebar that we should treat quickly. I don't understand the logic of bringing a Boala. Since you raised it, I don't understand the logic of making a Boala a spokesperson. If you wanted to neutralize him, based on all the things that he has said about the president, it reflects badly on both of them, both himself and the president. Now, if the president wants to neutralize him, which is what I think he's doing, or if he wants to settle him, go and put him somewhere, but to bring a Boala, and it reflects badly, poorly on the character of Boala.
Now,
and you see how Boala has had to fight. There was even a time he went on TV and he was looking for water.
Yes.
I mean,
his throat was dry.
But that's a sidebar. Don't
exactly. The only reason he was taken was to deny the opposition of Boala.
I think I agree.
Immediately he was taken. Boala wanted to say, I'm the spokesperson. I said, shut up. You are not.
Yeah.
Can you imagine bringing a lawyer and saying he's a policy analyst? No, what policy is analyzed?
Let's move on.
Economics or what?
Now, and I'm going to start with North Central. And then I'll build it up. Now, I personally think that what is happening in North Central, which is not new, is cumulative, is quite, for me, I find it very, very alarming. It's a very troubling situation. And I think that as a people, I think we have even lost our humanity up to a point, because those deaths, those callous attacks no longer infuriate us as it ought to be. Which is why, I have tried on this program to humanize the story, to talk about, actually read out the names of the people. And I found the statement of the governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutfwang. I find it quite courageous to say that this is a genocide that is going on. Very, very forthright. Now, but I am willing to concede that, yes, Tinubu is well in charge, but this problem started long ago. I wish that he has the courage to deal with it, because what I think has happened is that we've not been blessed with courageous leadership who understand that the reason why you have power is to help the people to transform situation. Again, I'm still holding out hope. Now, the other issue I wanted to talk,
Okay.
Well, no, you've made your point now.
Okay. No, I wanted to point out.
Okay, please go ahead.
I respectfully disagree with you that as a people, we have lost our humanity. Nigerians are the most, as a matter of fact, Nigerians are the most
I don't mean it. I don't mean it in a blanket sense.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. Because when you say it, it will appear as if we are now condoning or trying to contain. No, we are helpless in the front of incompetent leaders. Look at you. You're a journalist. You're not a soldier. So the best you can do is to be crying. And you're crying. What else will you do?
Talking about the fact that we are losing our humanity, it's more about the political elites.
That's the leadership.
Yeah.
The only thing the politicians in power in Nigeria do, unfortunately, is that they like to afflict the people with the pathogen of fear. They like to afflict them with the virus and bacteria of fear. Because courage shall of necessity be more contagious than fear.
Yeah.
If they don't want to show courage to solve our problem, we should show courage to take them out.
And that's the point, that's...
Not up to 5,000 persons embarrassing 200 million persons.
Don't forget that.
That's what I'm saying. That's and you say it's not the
No, that's not the campaign.
What is it?
It's the same people that formed Alliance for Democracy, essentially, that moved.
Why did they not substantiate? Why did they not build AD? Why leave AD?
Well, look, so we can study those details.
That's the government.
Let me explain. You've made your point, Ken. Just let me explain.
Yeah.
So, what happened in 2003 was that there was supposed to be some kind of understanding, between AD governors in the Southwest and the president, then Obasanjo, and like you said, so and the perspective, the mainstream perspective, Ken, is that Obasanjo, outplayed 5 of them except Tinubu. So that was how ACN. So AD was crushed in that defeat. So those leaders, including Osheba, and most of these other governors, moved and said, look, we are starting ACN, AC first. So essentially, Tinubu did not leave his people. Whatever name you call it, he kept with his people. Now,
Which people?
On the Southwest, the mainstream.
The
mainstream. Yes, the mainstream of the politics. Afenifere is not a political organization.
No, that's what I'm saying. Afenifere was the leader, political leader that formed AD.
Afenifere is
under Abraham Adesonya.
Yes,
he was the one.
And that AD.
Yes,
I don't want us to get stuck. You hear? And that AD lost the election in 2003. So the leaders of the Southwest, the political leaders of the Southwest, felt it was time to have to change to metamorphosize into AC. That's where I read it.
Okay, no.
But we don't have to. You entitled to your point. Exactly. Now, so and since then, I will give a lot of things that I too am not satisfied with this administration. There's no doubt about that, and I've said it publicly. But I will still give Tinubu the credit that he stuck with his people, formed AC, and stood there. Look. Even when the APC won the election in 2015, they still marginalized Tinubu, and he did not leave. So these are different. No, but I know they must marginalize. And the reason I said this point, and the reason I made this point, and the reason I made this point, it's not to. I don't agree with you. Yeah, absolutely.